But we got to talk about Keefe D. He's been going around talking on all the YouTube channels, all the dialogue and some other stuff, man, we can't talk about because they snitching. This is the thing, man. Let me play y'all real quick. Fair use is for educational purposes only, man, so y'all know what's going on for our hip-hop community so we can educate the youth.
Exclusive in the Tupac murder.
Shout out to J. Kemp Realtor.
Investigation. New police video shows the moment a SWAT team raided a home near Las Vegas, just miles from where the rapper was gunned down almost 27 years ago. Kana Whitworth has the details. Good morning to you, Kana.
Eva, good morning.
What Kana got on, by the way? She got some old Matrix clothes on.
This video is almost 13 hours long.
Yeah, she is hot.
The perspective of officers as they raided the
biggest SWAT team descended on the home of Dwayne Davis, known as Keefe D, in relation to the
He ain't my cousin.
unsolved murder of Tupac Shakur.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. We have a search warrant for the resident.
Keefe D's been going hard in the paint on a lot of shows, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why he got his home raided. He's over here talking about all the bull. Let's be clear. He's the uncle of the guy perceived to be the guy who basically shot Pac. So again, he's been going around saying all this stuff, saying that Puff was involved. Suge knows certain things. DJ Skandalous started off. What's your thoughts on this character, Keefe D? Salute. We don't want no smoke when we hit LA. What's your thoughts on him? And is he involved? And was he the shooter? Because the best way to hide what happened is to blame it on somebody else.
So I believe there was 4 passengers in the Cadillac that rolled up on Tupac, and it was Keefe D and his nephew Orlando Anderson, as well as some others. Keefe D is the only surviving member of that. Now, Orlando Anderson was the Southside Crip that was involved in that beatdown over the death row chain at the MGM. We all seen the footage of Tupac swinging on him, which he shouldn't have. Suge Knight should have known Tupac's the cash cow. You should protect him and keep him away. Keefe D has been all over all these channels for years stating that he was involved, but he has certain agreements with the government that protects him.
Well, the other thing I can add on to what you're saying is this person is also muddying the waters of what's really happening. And again, like, he adds in the element of the payment from Puff. You know what I'm saying? The $1 million, and then he said he asked for it and didn't get it.
The theory is that Orlando Anderson and all that stole the chain because there was a bounty out. He's kind of muddying the waters there, like you said, about the events that transpired. But for him to be out there on all these channels saying, I was there, I handed my nephew the gun, why isn't the police doing something about this? He basically just admitted to the whole world that he was involved. Now, there's a lot of discrepancies that I could say whether or not he was the shooter. I don't know, because the police officers say that they know which passenger was located in which seat. But from my knowledge and my research is that Gaddafi, we all know Gaddafi was Tupac's cousin. He appeared on many songs, and he got murdered accidentally, they say, 2 months later after Tupac's passing. And he was an eyewitness, right? And a lot of witnesses there say a big black arm with tattoos came out the window. And that does not match Orlando Anderson at all. That matches Keefe D and DeAndre Smith. Now, Keefe D was on Vlad TV and other YouTube channels saying that it was Orlando Anderson and he passed in the gun. But it doesn't really add up, the description of the arm. And it doesn't add up that Keefe D said that Orlando Anderson had a separation in his shoulder or injury to a shoulder, and they actually rushed him to the hospital after the beatdown. Keefe D said that Orlando Anderson's arm was in a sling. So how would you have somebody arm in a sling lean out, whether he's using his bad arm or not? And you definitely would not, if there's a bounty on Tupac, why would you entrust somebody with a bad arm to take these shots? Why would you entrust young kids? Because he was all over these channels saying these were just young kids. They weren't built for this. So that right there just shows that like somebody like him would probably take the initiative to get the job done if he wants that money. All of them are dead now except for him, but he's the only one that's had been talking about this ever since then. And I don't really understand why he would do that other than he just wants fame or money and to cash in, have a story. I don't know.
Just going to say, I think Skandalous asked all the relevant questions.
Yep.
All the evidence points to homie, but you also out here basically saying, yeah, I was there. To me, I kind of do believe him that he has some type of protection. Like,
Facts.
I hate to be that tinfoil Koofy guy, because how is he, like you said, Skandalous, the only living survivor allegedly of this, and he's telling these stories freely, willingly, on any show that they're having? He's telling them. So he has to have some type of government protection. I don't see how you can't, because there were so many people who loved Tupac. The world would have been after him.
Facts.
The world. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people was like pissed. I remember back in 97 or 96, I'm sorry. People was pissed. The tears that was shed, even when I was in high school back then, it was different, man. Like, they shut my school down for like 2 days.
Facts.
Because Pac passed.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm all the way in the Midwest. That was a heavy moment, man.
Yeah,
like, people were really, really upset over that. And to think this man is still walking around if he did it,
he knows who did.
And how crazy it is when he raided at home, they found pictures of Tupac.
Yeah.
Pictures and documentaries and books and stuff on him.
So he's a fan too. Bebo P, what's your thoughts on this? And also, even started off, man, which unsolved investigation do you think will get closure on first, man? Biggie or Pac?
At this point, given that it's been several years, I don't know if I could really pinpoint either one. It's been so long at this point. It seems as if
almost 30 years, man.
25, 30 years or something like that. Rebel Legit said if they unalived Elvis, they all would have been locked up quick, fast.
Man, they would have raided.
They would have been in Nashville going crazy.
They would have been at the river from where they broke in your house. Yeah, but no, that's too hard for me to answer, man. Even though this topic of the individual we're speaking of here does make it seem like 2Pac's would be solved sooner because of it being so current per the date of this live recording. Overall, though, it's too difficult to say. When it comes to the individual that we're speaking about here who got recently arrested, man, he's been incriminating himself for several years, it seems, in terms of being somehow involved of Tupac, the late legendary Tupac Shakur, being taken out. I mean, this guy acknowledged and confirmed on Agent Vlad TV the details of Orlando Anderson and being in his backseat, allegedly banging at the vehicle that Suge and Pac was back in 96. So allegedly, Keefe D's been making himself an accessory to unaliving. He's been communicating these details at least since, I would say, 2015. DJ Scandal, you might have a more accurate date, but the more he apparently is self-snitching on himself to the Agent Vlad and, folks of that like. But yeah, this is
the other thing too.
Go ahead, bro.
Why do you think he's doing this all of a sudden? Again, it could be a money player because, of course, these platforms are giving up bread, man, for this stuff because it hits heavy on YouTube. It hits the algorithm.
That's the only thing I can think.
We've never saw somebody I'll take it back. There we have. We saw a lot of people actually get in trouble for self-snitching on the YouTube platforms. But again, do you think anything come of this, DJ Skandalous, Bebo P, and J Camp? Do you think there will be arrests made if it's not Keefe D, but somebody even connected to the situation? Again, they keep on talking about that if this goes to trial, Suge may have to testify. And again, when this happened, remember, he went to the Las Vegas police station with 3 lawyers and boo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I think that some people, and I'm not saying this about Keefe, I think that some people think that they're as smart as Kaiser Sose, from that movie, in order to talk their way through a situation that happened, only to find out that in the movie that I'm referring to, Kaiser Sose was actually the person who was in the jailhouse the whole time. That's a loose example, but I think that some people, generally speaking, do believe that they can talk their way through a situation that actually happened for the purpose of notoriety and or that Lucchini, and then somehow still not get pent up by the law in the process of doing so. Now, is that the case here? Who knows, but it's looking quite sketchy at the same time. Born Gitta said not the usual suspects. Yeah, the usual suspects movie. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yep.
If they actually get Suge Knight to testify and say it was Keefe that had the gun, then maybe I think we will see progress here. Without it, I don't I don't think anything will come out of this.
Yeah. So basically, all the Las Vegas raid and all that, to me, they just was throwing, spaghetti noodles on the wall.
Mud.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. Well,
unless they find a gun or bullets that were associated with the gun, or maybe. But who's going to keep a gun that long?
I was just about to say that if somebody still had a gun 30 years later, the same
crazy.
one,
not a smart move.
And again, like I said, even if today, Keefe D said, "Hey, I did it," at the end of the day, man, it still hurts like it was yesterday. Let's be clear, man. I'm saying? I'm still playing Pac in the whip. We still missing dude.